Hey friends, Jonathan Neal Fitness here, and today, real quick, I'm going to teach you guys a very simple technique that you can do right now, wherever you are, with just your hand to release tension around the jaw and around the temple. Now, I think all of us have felt tension around the jaw. You might even be feeling some right now. We've all felt tension in the temple, especially, stress. Who's not stressed? That tends to build up in these areas. There's other areas, of course, but let's just work on getting our face feeling a little bit better here. So, again, the two main areas that we're going to feel tension and that we're going to want to release here are right here at the side. Basically, this is the muscle. There's a little muscle in here. We won't get into details. You don't need to know anatomy. You just need to know that there is a muscle that goes from this bone up here down to your jawbone. And that is the muscle that makes your mouth go, So when you're sitting there at your desk and you're stressed out and you're squeezing your jaw, those muscles are getting shortened and squeezed in that short position. They're going to tighten up, and that's going to lead you to other problems later on, sometimes even leading into things like tension headaches, which we don't want. So, real question, who cares about all that? How am I going to fix this thing, right? So that's what I'm going to show you right now. Now, like I said, just two fingers. We want to be pushing with the middle finger. The index finger is just kind of there to give some support, like almost like a splint. So this finger is not just hanging on its own. Also, so people don't think that you're flipping them off. You've got two fingers right there, right? So what we want to do is we want to find your back teeth here. You do not want to press on your teeth. We want to push in the soft tissue behind it, not on the bone up here, not on the jawbone, but there is that fleshy muscle that goes this way down to the jaw, which also means that I'm going to gently explore in there with that middle finger until I find something that hurts a little. This is a myofascial release point, so you want to actually find the spot that is registering some pain, because that's the area that we have the knot, that we have the adhesion, and that's what we want to release. So I find that, and it shouldn't be too hard because this area tends to be really tight. It's also kind of a smaller area. The only other thing that you might want to do, you can just hold it on that spot and eventually it'll release. Personally, that's a little boring for me, so I just very gently go towards the ear a little, towards the jaw a little. Now you can go up and down, but in general, strumming the tissue, the fibers go this way. So going side to side, like strumming a guitar, is what's going to actually help them to unstick. But really the big thing, as with all MFR, you want to hold that spot, whether you give it a little massage or not, until the pain actually reduces. And here in the jaw especially, you might actually feel like an opening, a relaxing, bones might move around a little bit. You don't necessarily need to get that, but you do want to explore around that area, release all those knots, and you might start to feel some better structure, especially if you have a lot of issues here. So the next spot, again, that we said, we're going to move up. There's also a muscle that goes right here, another thin one, just stretched across the skull, called the temporalis. It's in your temple, so it's called the temporalis. This one, again, I take my middle finger, I back it up, maybe even with the other fingers. I'm kind of holding them tight so that this finger doesn't wiggle. But again, I don't really need to be pushing. These are thin tissue. You don't need to push hard. It's more about just exploring around and then finding that spot, maybe right about there, that again, it's going to hurt. You want to chase the pain. You want to find the spots that it actually hurts a little. And then, again, I can move a little left and right. This muscle's oriented going up and down a little bit too. I can massage it, or if I'm like really on the spot and I don't want to risk falling off the spot because we don't want to maintain, I can just hold it there too. But again, I mean, and sometimes it releases in 30 seconds. I've had spots that take a couple minutes. I've had some other spots, not usually up here, but on thicker tissues that take even longer. But the thing is just to hold, give it that little massage until you feel it release. And again, it's thin, but it's got some space there, so you can kind of look around. Same with the jaw, and obviously please do both sides. I don't care if you feel like all your tension's on one side, like you're going to find stuff on both sides. We've been stressed on both sides of our face, so we're going to find tension there. But I highly recommend that you use this technique. It is really simple. You could be watching your Netflix. You could be sitting there scrolling your Facebook on your phone and just holding and gently doing this. Sometimes when I'm in bed at night, if I can't really sleep, then I start to work on these spots. It gives me something to do, so I don't sit around and think about how I'm not sleeping. But it also, sometimes even just relaxing all that tension and getting that relaxation, getting that openness of the face, the neck there, can really be the thing that helps you to get to sleep. But either way, whether you do it while you're sitting there consciously breathing or whether you're watching TV, laying in bed or whatever, I just want you to do it. Get that tension out of these areas. Now this releasing of tension in our body is a full body job, but this is just kind of a quick little fix, especially if you're having a tension headache or if you know that's something coming on. Get these spots released. Work these spots. Even just see how you feel with it, because I guarantee you'll feel a lot better. So I thank you for watching this. I hope that you use it. This has been Jonathan Neal Fitness. If you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and click like. If you want to see more, subscribe. That's all I got for you guys today. Do this thing, feel better, and take care out there.